are finally asleep, and instead of relaxing, you're sitting at your kitchen table with your calculator. Three credit card statements, and that sinking feeling in your stomach because you just realized you only have $47 in your checking account, and it's only the 15th.
Oh, so yeah, you're doing that thing when you're mentally calculating if you know how much money. Sorry, if you can make it to payday, and whatever's left in the pantry, while simultaneously wondering if the kids will notice if you water down their milk.
They probably won't notice that so much, but if you just nodded your head and felt your chest tighten a little, this episode's for you because today we're not just talking about money, we're talking about breaking free from the cycle that has 64% of Canadian families sitting, even though they're making six figures, are still living paycheck to paycheck. Pretty crazy,
Uh,
right?
oh, absolutely. And listen, your kids will notice if you water down the milk. But you know that's the situation many families are in. You know,
Yep.
we're with the prices just continue to rise. We are all struggling. I mean, unless you have that, you know, 6, 7 figure income, which not many of us do, right? And more importantly, we're talking about how to do this without sacrificing the things that make your family happy, right? Because what's
Yep.
the point of financial freedom if you're miserable getting there?
Yeah, for sure, RJ. That's totally cool. So welcome back to the Hardworking Parent Podcast, the show where we tackle the real stuff that keeps parents up at 3 a.m. And today it's definitely not just kids keeping us awake. Hi, my name is Curtis, and I'm with my good friend.
RJ, and currently running on 2 hours sleep because my 4 year old decided last night was the perfect time to discuss why dinosaurs don't wear pajamas.
I'm sure that's happened to you before, but it's pretty funny, RJ. And before anyone clicks away thinking, great, another boring budget lecture, RJ, tell them what happened to me at Walmart last week.
Oh man. So Curtis goes to Walmart for one thing, just toilet paper, right? 20 minutes later, he's checking out with 78 or $87 worth of stuff, including Halloween decorations shaped like a skeleton cat.
Yeah, because they have that shit out right now, don't they?
And what happens? The card gets declined. What did you say to the cashier?
Say, oh, it must be a mistake. Try it again. Of course, it got declined, sorry. With a line of people behind me and my 11-year-old asking, like, Daddy, why don't we have any money?
Right. That's why we do this podcast because we've all been there. Every single parent listening right now has either been there or is there.
Yeah, so today we're giving you 5 concrete steps to break free from the financial survival mode. And these aren't theories, these are real world strategies from real parents who've actually made it work. Ding ding.
Mhm.
Go
Hmm.
ahead, RJ.
Let's start with the foundation. Step one is a 15-minute money reality check. Curtis, you used to avoid looking at bank accounts like they were horror movies.
Yeah, for sure. I still do sometimes. But the thing is, you can't fix what you can't see. I talked to a mom named Lisa with twins who thought they were spending $600 a month on groceries.
But when she actually tracked it, what did it come out
Uh,
to?
yeah, actually, she figured it was $847. Pretty crazy, right? The
Hmm.
difference. So what happened was she's doing quick stops just for milk, but she was actually buying other stuff as impulse buying. So she spent an extra 15 to 20 bucks each time.
Absolutely. And every parent has that situation, right? How many times have I myself gone to the store for bread and come out with everything except?
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty funny. Go in there, like, what is it supposed to buy? It's like, oh crap, I gotta go back and get the one thing.
Yep.
But Lisa wasn't stupid with money. She just didn't have real numbers. So Here's the thing you can do. Grab your phone right now, open your banking app, and spend 15 minutes getting the facts. So with our phones, obviously they're very powerful now, so it can actually check out what we're spending money on and what we have in our bank. Some
Mhm.
banks will actually give you the balance that's in your account, which is kind of cool.
You know, but mine, so it tracks the balance and the money out, but it doesn't like there's an issue with tracking like that. So it's best to put it down on paper, right?
Yep. Yep.
There's where you take your actual last month's income, list your expenses, and track the variable stuff, groceries, gas, and what Curtis calls the mystery spending.
Yeah, that's right. Mystery spending. You don't know what you where mystery where you spent it.
Yep.
I usually find with cash, if you're using cash for stuff, that's definitely a thing. It's like I spent $100 on something, but what did I buy? Because you can't find out what you spent it on.
Listen,
And,
my daughter just yesterday was sitting around, with a stack of cash and a wallet that has these different slots in it, and she's got each slot labeled. You know what I mean?
oh wow,
If we can get to that position in life where we spend with cash, and as she said yesterday, if she doesn't have enough cash to buy it, she doesn't buy it, right?
that's
So
cool.
absolutely,
It's kind of like the envelope method within the wallet. Interesting.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, perfect. That's a pretty good idea. So when you see a
Mystery shopping,
yeah, mystery shop.
spending.
Oh, then yeah. So that was when you see $23 charge, and you like, what the heck did I buy $23? Usually it's emergency school supplies because someone needed poster board at 9 a.m. the night before. Thankfully, Walmart was open till 10 that night.
Hmm. So why is it always a poster board? Why are these teachers? What are these teachers building? Right? You know how many times I've gone crazy looking for a poster board.
Or something for school or for the kids.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like literally like, yeah. Oh my god, those things were the bane of my existence.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's why they have Staples, but Staples is not open as late as Walmart. Well, music interlude there, RJ. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know, but my kid's teacher must have shares in the poster board company. But seriously, Jenny discovered that she was spending an extra $73 a month on coffee during her kid activities. So for a whole year, that's $876 for you math people.
And so, what did that information do for her?
Well, she started bringing a thermos and put that money towards her kids' college fund. Same coffee, better outcome, but she couldn't make the change until she knew the real number.
Absolutely. Listen, until you look at it, you don't understand what you're spending, right? So, step two is creating a budget that actually works for families. Curtis, you've tried 17 different budgeting methods, right? What's the best? What do we do?
Well, actually, you're right. I did quite a few. I used to do Mint. Currently, I'm doing a thing called Good Budget, and it's based on the envelope method, which is pretty cool. It's still difficult to use sometimes because I still need to learn a bit more about it, but it does work. It tells me where my money's going, what my debts are, so it's pretty cool. And there's a free version, which is great, and they also have a paid one, which is awesome too because you have more.
Hmm.
Obviously, when you pay for stuff, you get more benefits, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I tried spreadsheets, Google, Microsoft, right? And I just found that some of them were kind of difficult. But what was cool is I found this new method called 50-20-20-10 rule. And I found it from a guy named Marcus, and he sold me on it,
Hmm. So, Marcus, you said he was a dad of three.
right? Every perfect budget felt like a straitjacket. Then his daughter needed emergency dental work that same week that their washing machine died.
Every parent just clenched their jaw.
Yeah. Oh, he knows, like, oh crap, right? But because he
Yep.
was using this flexible system, he can move money from one account to another. His family fund he was able to fund his family without destroying the entire plan.
That sounds awesome. How do we do that? What's the idea?
So the breakdown is 50% needs, house, utilities, basic groceries, 20% family fund, like kids' activities, clothes, outings, and 20% future security, debit and savings. And then finally, 10% parent sanity fund. What's that, you ask? That's one is crucial. Amanda, a single mom, used to spend on herself, but when she started budgeting $50 a month for herself, even just a monthly pedicure, she stopped resenting every dollar she spent on the kids.
So taking care of yourself isn't selfish when you're a parent, right? It's necessary. And build in a 5% oops buffer because kids will always need something you didn't plan for. Guaranteed.
Absolutely, for sure. All right, so step three, let's moving forward. Making extra money without sacrificing family time. So Sarah figured this out perfectly. A working mom of three started selling kids' clothes on Facebook Marketplace during lunch breaks. Pretty cool, right?
And the genius part, she'd meet buyers at school pickup, right? Make 300 to 400 a month while decluttering, and it didn't take up any extra of her time, really.
Yep. You just gotta know what you have and try to make it worthy to other people, right? And being a mom, you meet other moms that have children that could be even
Right.
younger, and you exchange a little bit of money for the clothing, right? It's kind of cool. Then there's Tom. During customer service chat 3 nights a week, 8 p.m. to midnight, while kids slept, make $800 a month. And he says it's relaxing compared to chasing toddlers. Not bad, right?
See, yeah, and so there's he's using his downtime when he has, when parents, maybe they're sitting having coffee, watching TV, something like that, right? So,
Yep.
and then sometimes adult conversations about tech support sounds pretty good, but my favorite is Carlos and Maria's family photography business.
Yeah, that's right. So what they do, they bring their kids to a photo shoots. Other families love it because they're making 200, 300 per weekend, and it's family time, and their kids are learning the business.
And we've talked about this before, right? Where,
Yep.
we don't teach the world anyway. It doesn't teach our kids about being in business, about how they can make money through, everyday life, right? So
Yeah,
if
right.
we can teach our kids that this is how money is made. Look, I've said it before. Here I am in late adulthood trying to learn how to earn income. Right, because I get a paycheck and I'm happy with that, but that's
Hmm.
the way I've always earned money.
Yep.
Now, how do we teach our kids that we can learn or we can earn money in other ways other than just a paycheck?
Yep. That's right. So just pick one thing, sell some stuff, then try a simple service and try test it for 30 days. So each time you think of something, try for 30 days. If it works, great. If not, move on to the next one or try to find something else. Because sometimes selling clothes on marketplace doesn't work, but there's other marketplaces out there that are strictly for clothing. Just go check them out.
Oh, absolutely. And there's all kinds of money models. And that's, hopefully something we'll take up at another time is, the different money models out there because there are so many other ways of earning income, not
Yep.
just digital market, which we discussed a lot here, of course,
Yep. Yep.
but just different methods where you have a skill, you have a talent, utilize that talent to earn income on the side, right?
Yep. Yep.
So step four, building an emergency fund where there's no money left when there's no money left over. This one changed my whole perspective.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about Jenna. Her story gets me every time. 3 months of saving only had $127 in her emergency fund. Then her daughter broke her arm at school. This is an American person, so it costs a bit more to do that kind of stuff, right?
Hmm. And then having that, small amount, she could focus on her daughter instead of panicking about the ER copay, right?
Yep, for sure. Then there's Patricia, a single mom who could only save $15 a month, felt pointless, but after a year, when her son got sick and she missed work, that $180 they could still eat without borrowing from the family. It wasn't much money, but it was dignity.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, I mean, the emergency fund, $1,000 for some people sounds outrageous. It sounds crazy. Where am I going to get that kind of money? But
Yep.
start small, right? $5
Yep.
one week, $10 another week, whatever you can afford, 15, 20. Build the habit. Start putting that money aside.
Yep, for sure. So David used a change jar. Kids help count every Sunday. After 8 months, $340. Pretty cool. When their washer died, they could still fix it without credit cards.
And that's the big thing is trying to get off the credit cards, right? Because any amount that they can put away, that beats $0. So even a dollar matters.
Yeah, yeah. So let's move on to step five. I like this one. This is about doing automation, which is pretty cool because you don't see the money going anywhere. It comes in and goes out as fast as possible. Actually, so there's a story about Ken and Lisa, parents of twins, used to spend every Sunday night arguing about bills and money.
And now everything runs automatically, right? They still do monthly check-ins, but weekly money stress disappears. Change game changer for their marriage.
Yeah. So what did they do? Well, they set up automatic transfer to savings. Even $25 makes a difference. They put their bills in auto pay, which is you can do with any of the banking apps now. And then they did grocery pickup, so they would order online. So try to help themselves from doing impulse buying because sometimes you go to the store and see that like chocolate bar or whatever doodad that's there. It's like, hey, I need this, but you don't. But you end up buying it,
Hey, you
right?
know what? Staying out of the grocery store. Walmart has an app for that. Um,
Yep,
Longos or whatever your store is. We're not trying to promote one over another, but
yep,
whatever your store is, they often have an app where you can shop everything online and you stay out of that impulse buy lane they
yep,
have just before the checkout, right?
yep, for sure. All right, so moving forward here, the monthly money date is huge too. Miguel and Rosa spent 45 minutes the first Sunday of each month reviewing finances, but they actually look forward to it now. Uninterrupted talk time about dreams and goals.
Big thing, right? Something we don't often do. But when you can look at your money for what you have instead of what you don't have, it changes, right? So start small here again. One automatic transfer, one bill on auto pay. Don't try to automate everything at once. You'll get overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just pick something that you know that you monthly something, right? It says there also have biweekly bills, right? Like
Hmm.
I pay my mortgage biweekly just because it's easier than drive the whole month, right? So what are some quick wins you could do this week? Well, let's look at Monday. Monday, you can do a 15 money check-in. Tuesday, calculate budget percentage. Wednesday, set up one automatic transfer.
Thursday, list things to sell. Friday, try grocery pickup. Saturday, guess what? Or Sunday, even. Guess what? You get to celebrate your progress.
Yep. Because here's the big picture. You're not just managing your money, you're modeling financial wisdom for your kids. Every step teaches them that changes can be overcome. And by starting small, it will help you build that habit up. Just do one thing
Hmm.
every week and write it down. Like, say a Monday or put in your calendar, say a Monday I'm doing this, or Tuesday I'm doing calculating the budgets, or Wednesday you're doing the automatic transfer setup. So this week you'll do this, next week you do it again, and then eventually
Hmm.
you'll be fully automated and your paycheck will come in, all the bills will be paid, and you'll still have money left over. And it's like, oh yeah, cool. And something
Yeah,
comes up,
and
you got your
something to
savings.
be proud of, right? And
Yeah,
and I like
absolutely.
that you said keeping your kids involved, right? Showing your
Yep,
kids the wisdom. Um, you know, that's the big thing, right? Because when you face your finances instead of avoiding them, you're teaching courage to your kids. When you celebrate small wins, you're teaching them to appreciate the progress.
absolutely. All right, so moving forward here, guys, because here's the big picture. You're not just managing money, modeling wisdom for your kids. That's right. You just said that. All right, so the cycle of financial stress doesn't have to continue to the next generation. It can stop with you, and your kids can be the next wise, next maybe the next financial guru. Who knows, right?
Hmm. And so, quick disclaimer: everything we talked about is educational only. We're parents sharing what worked for us. Not We're not financial advisors, right?
Absolutely. Just to make sure you consult your professional people for major decisions. Don't let that stop you from taking small steps this week.
Yeah. So next week,
We're
you
going to
know,
start talking about debt and stuff.
thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
holidays are approaching, right? We've got Thanksgiving coming up soon.
Hmm.
So holiday magic without holiday debt. So 25 gift ideas under $25 your kids will actually love. Plus talking to kids about money during holidays.
Yeah, for sure. How to save the money for gifts and stuff and use it wisely, right? Because a lot of people start in September, their savings for December,
Yeah.
get those gifts, start doing extra chores or whatever they need to
Listen, my
do.
wife, one year she started shopping in I think July or August for Christmas.
Wow, that's crazy.
But again, by August or by November,
Yep.
gifts were pretty much bought, right? So that you didn't have to, oh my God, it's December's coming. There's 25 days till Christmas. What do I do now? Right?
Yep. Yeah. Worry
You try
about
to
the
make that
money and
budget
yeah.
work. So
Yeah, for sure. So if this helped you guys, share it with another parent. If you're on Facebook, please comment on what you are doing with your finances. Something good. I'm on YouTube. Hit the ring the bell, subscribe, like, and follow us here. So next time we go live, you can join us.
mhm.
And also, I am looking for other parents who want to come on here and we can interview you and talk about the amazing stuff that you are doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. It's all
yeah,
about encouragement, right? Remember out there, you're doing better than you think. So keep going, parents.
that's right. Until next time, I'm Curtis.
And I'm RJ, reminding you that the perfect families exist only on Instagram. The rest of us are just trying to figure it out as we go.
All right, guys. See you next week, and thanks